On your side, Consumer Watch, unsuspecting car buyers can be easy targets for unscrupulous dealers. As we've reported in a series of 8 on Your Side investigations, the tactics used can be so sly, even informed consumers don't stand a chance. But tonight, 2 men, one a lifelong car dealer, the other a confessed scam artist, have teamed up to help you fight back. Here's News Channel 8's Mark Douglas.
Not all car dealers are bad. There are good ones out there.
But in his 25 years in the car business, former finance manager Duane Overholt says he mostly worked for the bad ones. Overholt figures he personally cheated unsuspecting car buyers out of $33 million before he became a whistleblower.
I was trained to do it, taught to do it, urged to do it, and I didn't make the most money.
4 years ago, Overholt's inside tips helped 8 on Your Side called stuffing at Sonic-owned Clearwater Mitsubishi and Clearwater Toyota. The state eventually made those 2 dealerships pay back $1.7 million to more than 1,200 customers. Now Overholt helps organize class action lawsuits against other dealers in 25 states. And today he teamed up with Fitz Auto Mall owner Jack Fitzgerald to share car buying tips with seniors at a USF seminar organized by the Hillsborough Consumer Protection Agency.
Auto fraud, along with all other kinds of white-collar crime, the consumer themselves are the first line of defense.
Fitzgerald told the seniors about his PTA method of car buying, shopping the price, the finance terms, as well as add-ons. He urged them to reject high-pressure tactics.
Vote with your feet, and you'll be surprised what will happen when you start walking out.
They got the message.
Just shop and be careful and be educated.
I'm going to try to find out who are the more reputable dealers in town and stay away from those people who are not.
For some car buyers, figuring that out might be the hardest part of the game. In Tampa, I'm Mark Douglas, News Channel 8.
Maryland-based car dealer Jack Fitzgerald is becoming known as a crusader among consumers. Last year, he stunned some Florida lawmakers by lobbying against a bill that he said would only help crooked car dealers by making it harder for consumers to sue. He is now trying to establish a nationally recognized seal of approval for dealers who adhere to high ethical standards.
Donating bone marrow
Car dealers say they're becoming victims of predatory lawyers who sue for no good reason. But lawyers say they're just sticking up for ripped-off consumers. And the big story out of Gainesville today seems to make the lawyers' point. The federal government has just indicted 7 people at a Mazda dealership. Investigators say the dealership falsified millions of dollars worth of customer loans. Now, that federal bust proves to be bad timing for some pro-car dealer legislation up for debate in the Senate today. Bradenton State Senator Mike Bennett may have expected smooth passage for his bill in the Senate Judiciary Committee this morning.
The bill is truly a litigation management tool.
But his proposal that would make it harder for consumers to sue car dealers rapidly ran into stormy seas, starting with news of a fraud bust in Gainesville.
I understand the feds just busted the Mazda dealership in Gainesville today for $3 million in small fraud, so that's probably not a good day for me to be voting on this.
Senator Rod Smith wondered aloud whether Bennett's bill gives car dealers a free pass to rip off consumers.
Doesn't this bill essentially give the dealership a continuous free bite? If all they do is when somebody makes a complaint within 30 days, all they do is say, oops, I'm sorry, and pay you your actual damages. What is the deterrent effect of that, Senator?
Mr. Chairman, you know, I think that the way it's drawn right now, I think I'd probably have to agree with you, Senator Smith.
The criticism intensified when car dealer Jack Fitzgerald stood up to testify against Bennett's bill.
I think it'll hurt consumers.
Fitzgerald told the Senate committee what he first told us last week as part of our News Channel 8 investigation.
Honest dealers don't need this bill. There isn't an honest dealer in this state that's getting sued that I'm aware of. People that are getting sued because they're breaking the law.
While Fitzgerald spoke, 29 others waited to testify. One of them was Mindy Schroyer, a disgruntled customer of Clearwater Mitsubishi we first told you about in our 8 on Your Side investigation.
I'm not the only person out there that's getting ripped off by auto dealers.
Schroyer never had a chance to speak. During Fitzgerald's testimony, Senator Bennett scrambled to meet privately with the Florida trial attorneys he says are exploiting car dealers, and then yanked his bill from consideration.
We've had some interesting breakthroughs this morning. We now have people who want to sit down and negotiate this bill.
By no means is this legislation dead, but for now it's at least off the table while Senator Bennett tries to work out a compromise that will satisfy lawyers and consumer advocates who now